Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beeman Toyota in downtown Nashville. Here to answer a question that a few people have asked me, and that is, can you still get a true manual transmission? Now, you'll find a lot of the cars that are out nowadays, you're going to have the sequential shift or paddle shifters or some type of a clutchless shift mechanism that you can get in a lot of these vehicles. I understand that, and there's a lot of people that are saying that's all well and good, but I want a manual transmission. I'm happy to tell you that you can still get manual transmissions. They're just particular vehicles that you can get them in. So oddly enough, the reason I'm showing you the Tacoma here is because you can get it in the Tacoma. This one's a sport. So now I'm going to tell you, you can get it in your TRD Sport, your TRD Off-Road, and your Pro. But they have to be the 4x4 version of it. You can't get it in the 4x2. So you're not getting the base level truck in a manual transmission. The TRD Sport, the Off-Road, and the Pro are the only ones you can get it. So I'm going to show you, if you look on the inside, you can see how your stick shift looks, and it's a true stick shift. You can see all three of your pedals down there. It is a true stick. So now just kind of showing you how it looks within the vehicle here. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing a couple things here all at the same time, of course. So the Tacoma is not the only Toyota that you can get in a stick shift. Toyota actually offers several vehicles that you can still get in the stick shift. One that I don't have down here is the Yaris sedan. It was called initially it was the Scion IA, and then it went to the Yaris IA, and then it went to the Yaris sedan. That's your four-door Yaris sedan. You can still get that Yaris sedan in the stick shift. And 6-speed, by the way, that the Tacoma is a 6-speed. Yaris sedan's a 6-speed as well. That's slightly smaller than the Corolla, in case you're wondering what the Yaris sedan is. Just slightly smaller than the Corolla. But I'm going to show you another vehicle here, and I want to show you the inside of these vehicles too, just so that when you're asking about what's the stick shift, a lot of times, it could come into what you want to see and how the stick shift works for you. So this is going to be your next vehicle that is a stick shift. So this is called the Corolla Hatch. All right, your Corolla Hatch also comes with a stick shift as well, and I'm going to show you on the inside here. You can kind of see how it looks. Once again, it's also a stick shift, 6-speed stick shift, of course. That's the exact same look that you'll get, and the reason I'm saying this is that you can also get it in another vehicle, and I'm going to tell you this, but the very next one I'm going to show you will have the same look here. But this, like I said, this is your Corolla Hatch, another of the Toyotas that you can get the stick shift, true manual stick shift system in. Not a sequential, not something paddle shift or something like that. A true stick shift. That's in your Corolla Hatch. So now the next thing that you can do, and it's going to be the same type of stick shift, is that this is a SE Corolla. Now this particular one's an automatic, but this is the trim level that you can get a stick shift in. So the only trim level that you can get the stick shift in the Corolla now is actually one of the mid-grades. So you're not on the bottom trim level by any means, you're in a mid-grade. So you can get sunroof, stuff like that. You can actually have it decked out pretty good and get you a stick shift in your Toyota Corolla. So you can definitely get a stick shift in that. Now, you look behind me, you cannot get a stick shift in a RAV4. You have never, that I can think of, been able to get a stick shift in a 4Runner. Highlander does not offer stick. Avalon does not offer stick. Cannot get a stick in a Camry, of course, or a CHR, at least not in the States. I do want to say that too. There's sometimes that you can find some versions that you can get a stick shift in the States, or not in the States, but this particular one, it's not available, of course, the way that we're talking here. So, sorry, opening up another one here for us here. So the other one that you can get a stick shift in is this right here. This is your FRS. This is not the Supra. I've had some people think it's the Supra. This is not the Supra. The Supra actually does not come in this stick shift, the new Supra. But your FRS, or Toyota 86, sorry, it was originally a Scion FRS. Now it's a Toyota 86. It comes in a stick shift. So you can kind of see the look of it here. Now that is not the stick. The stick will actually look a lot similar to that. So you got to be very, very careful what you're looking at. So if you don't want a stick, or if you do want a stick, you can actually look in the window and kind of maybe go, oh, well, maybe that's a stick shift. That's not the stick shift. That is the automatic transmission. But definitely this is another version of a Toyota that you can get in the stick shift. Now I will say that your Yaris IA, or Yaris sedan, sorry, is built in a partnership with Mazda. Your Toyota 86 is built in a partnership with Subaru. But both of those come with the stick shift. Like I said, your Tacoma comes with the stick shift. Your Corolla hatch and your Corolla still come in stick shift. So if you're looking for a stick shift, you can still get a stick shift brand new from Toyota. Without fail. But you're not going to find one in a Tundra. You're not going to find one in a RAV4. And I don't think the RAV4 is really ever come in a stick shift. Thinking back, I don't think so. So, but like I said, if you like the way that this Corolla looks and you want to find it in a stick shift, we can get that in a stick shift without a problem. They still make them in a stick shift for the US market. This one, like I said, this is an XSE Corolla hatch. You can get that in the stick shift. So you have the ability to get all of those in a stick shift. So once again, just trying to get you guys some information on which ones come in a stick shift, just because people have asked me about it. So kind of, like I said, just break it down again. Your Tacoma in your TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, and TRD Pro will all come in a stick. As long as they're in a four-wheel drive, you can get them in a stick. Your Corolla in the SE, and it's the SE6MT is actually what the classification is. So SE 6-speed manual transmission. So SE6MT. You can get it in there. You can get it in your XSE in your Corolla hatch. I believe you can get it in the SE Corolla hatch as well, but I'd have to be sure on that, but I believe you can. The FRS, or I keep calling it FRS because it used to be called that. Your Toyota 86, you can get it in the stick shift as well, and then your Yaris sedan, and pretty much any version of that you can get it in because there's only one version. So your Yaris sedan. So hopefully I've helped you guys out if you're looking for a stick shift version of a brand new vehicle, and not looking to find a 100,000 mile vehicle just because you want to drive it with a clutch. So like I said, all these have clutches. The ones that I'm talking about, they have your your third pedal. Now I will say this in case you're wondering on this, you can go for the sequential shift, and if you go for the sequential shift, pretty much everything that's not the standard shift has a sequential shift. Now some will have paddle shifters, like your SE Camrys will have paddle shifters behind your steering wheel, so you definitely have that. But if you go to, and what I'll show you here is, it doesn't even matter if you go hybrid, non-hybrid, any of that. I'm just going to show you real fast what I'm talking about with sequential shift, just so that I'm sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. And I'm just opening another door here. This is a RAV4. And here's what your sequential shift looks like. So if you look down, you'll see right here. So I'm going to turn this one on, and I'll show you what your sequential shift does. You come down to your drive, push this over, and then you go up or down. So as you go up or down, you see on the center where it says S5, S6, you can manually shift. So as you're driving, you can hit that. You're driving, you can upshift, you can downshift. You can do what you want to do with it. And as soon as you're saying, all right, I'm done shifting, go back into your drive mode and then shift at that point. So you can do it how you want. You'll come back in, the car will be what it's at. So if I go back down here, pop back over, it'll usually bring you back to a gear that the car wants to be in for whatever reason. So definitely, like I said, it's an option for you, for somebody that, you know, maybe you can't use the clutch anymore, but you want something that feels like it has a clutch. That's your sequential shift. So like I said, that's going to be on your pretty much everything that doesn't have an actual stick shift. So if it does not have an actual stick shift, it's going to have your sequential shift with the Toyotas. And most of the Toyotas are going to have a direct shift transmission. Camrys have a true 8-speed transmission. Highlander's 8-speed transmission. Your Tacomas will be a 6-speed transmission, but you're going to be able to sequentially shift those down to which one you want. So you can still drive it like a stick shift, other than the pedal. So stick shifts are still available. Sequential shifts are available. You can drive them the way you want to. Obviously, you're going to get better gas mileage on an automatic transmission if you put it into drive and let the computer figure out what you're going to do. But you might have a little more fun in the sequential shift. So hopefully I've kind of cleared that up for those of you that are asking about stick shift vehicles and what's still available in the Toyota lineup. So Steve Lost Beeman Toyota, trying to help you guys out. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.